Hi, so I'm back. This will be part 2. So I didn't tag anyone, so I want to know if you guys have found me online. So hit the like button so I can see that you're there. Great, thank you. All right, I think everybody's on now. Awesome. So I'll briefly go back through what we talked about. And then you guys can either watch the first video or we'll just cover it all. We're still doing good. It's only 7:18. So tonight I want to talk about the conscious and the subconscious mind. So your conscious mind, right, I usually point here. It's your prefrontal cortex. It is your thinking mind. Thank you all. Thank you all for coming on. Apparently the tagging thing doesn't work. Your conscious mind is your logical mind. It's your creative mind. And your subconscious mind controls your body, and it's your autopilot, your survivor, your primitive mind. The conscious mind is around 5% of the power of your mind. Thank you all. The subconscious mind is 95% of the power of your mind. Why? Because it's your survivor mind. You can't consciously make your heart stop. You can't consciously stop breathing. You can't consciously stop digesting food. Your subconscious mind runs all of your body systems, all of them. It also is in control of your behavior if you're on autopilot, if you're not using both together. When we understand how they work, then they become a powerhouse for change. They become a powerhouse helping us achieve our goals. And they help us to live a happy, healthy, abundant life. And that's what we all want. So I want to emphasize that we experience the world as we believe it to be. Right? The world is what it is. We all experience it differently. And that's because of our deep-held beliefs. We walk on the planet, we don't walk on water. So we all have both positive and negative beliefs. How we experience our relationships, which is why we're here, how we experience our career, our health, and our finances all come from this internal subconscious belief. Whether we believe the world is good or we believe the world is hard. If we believe that we're good enough or we're not good enough. If we believe we're worthy, lovable, capable, right? We have the capability of achieving our goals. All of that is held in our belief system, which is held in our subconscious. So the conscious mind is our hopeful, dreaming, creative, right? I want a fulfilling career. I want a fulfilling relationship. I want, right, something that fulfills me and stretches me. I want life experiences. I want health. I want to be healthy. I want to live a long, healthy life. I want a financial abundance, right? That all comes from our thinking mind. And that's all well and good, except that's 5%, right? And willpower is held in our thinking mind. That's why if you set out, right, to lose 20 pounds at the beginning of the year, but you don't believe that you're capable or worthy, soon you're sabotaged, right? And your life reflects what you believe to be true. That's because your willpower is held in the 5% power of the mind. The subconscious mind is 95% of the power of your mind, right? And that's because it's your survivor mind. You absolutely need it to be the stronger mind so that you continue to breathe, you continue to digest food, you have an immune system. Hello all, thank you. Thank you for joining me. So we'll discuss in detail how the subconscious mind works. And that's because it absolutely affects all outcomes in your life, both positive and negative. We're all built with both. You can work with the subconscious mind to reprogram it into more positive behaviors, positive thinking, and that's what we want. that's what will affect your relationships, making them happier, healthier, more loving, more fulfilling, right? If you start to believe this to be true about life, about you, it will reflect back onto your relationships. So the subconscious mind controls the autonomic nervous system, your fight, flight, or frozen response. It's important because the logical brain analyzes. So the logical brain is a little bit slower, right? It would say 2 plus 2 is 4. Whereas the subconscious mind reacts, and it reacts in nanoseconds. So imagine that a baseball is flying towards your head. The conscious mind, the subconscious mind makes you duck before you even know what happened, right? You duck. The conscious mind, if it were in charge, would still be analyzing the speed and the distance and what was coming at you when the baseball hit you in the head. So the subconscious mind is your reaction, right? It's your intuitive mind. If you've ever been walking somewhere and you got, the hair stands up on the back of your neck and you get goosebumps and you get the heebie-jeebies, your subconscious mind is surveying the scene. It's surveying everything it hears, it sees, it feels, right? Smells and tastes. Something's not right in your environment, and it heightens your awareness. That's your subconscious mind. Your conscious mind wouldn't know that anything was happening, right? It does react to the subconscious, and then you can analyze the scene. Are you in danger? But it's the subconscious that does it first. It reacts quickly. It's also your autopilot. So if you've ever driven to work and forgot how you got there, the subconscious mind has driven it so many times that it takes over. And it allows you to use your creative mind to do your to-do list, to have imaginary conversations in your head, right? To sing a song. And it allows you to do all that creative stuff while it's driving for you. And it's done it so many times it does it safely. If it needs you to pay attention, let's say it sees a child on the side of the road with a ball, it'll grab your attention and redirect it back to what you're doing, right? It'll snap you out of it. So I'm still fighting a cold, so please forgive me. My voice is still a little froggy. So I want to touch on the deep-held beliefs. And we will come back to these beliefs throughout this entire 12 weeks because the perceptions we hold, right, our beliefs, whether they are accurate or inaccurate, are equally impact our behavior and our bodies. So everything that you experience in life is impacted by these beliefs, whether they're positive or negative or both, right? And we do have both. Most of us, though, if we're not getting where we want to be in life, we have negative beliefs running the ship, right? Autopilot with negative beliefs. So most of us know about placebos, right? That's when a patient gets better by ingesting a sugar pill. But we're rarely told about nocebos, when negative thinking has the opposite effect on healing. So there are placebos in both body and mind, right? Behaviors. If you believe that you can make a 3-point shot, right? You get out there and you're just going to wing it and you believe it, that you can do it, it's highly more likely that you'll make it than if you don't believe that you can do it. If you believe that you're qualified for the job that you're going to apply for, you're highly more likely to come with your best self, right? Doesn't mean you'll get the job, but you bring your best self. Whereas if you don't believe that you're capable or good enough, then you're more likely not to bring your best self and to have a poor showing. So confidence, right, is more that placebo, the belief in something positive, the belief that you can, And a nocebo, right? So a nocebo in health would be when you go to the doctor and they say, oh, you're 50. So you're 50% more likely to get, breast cancer or colon cancer, right? You're likely to get arthritis. A nocebo also is this disease runs in your family, therefore you're more likely to get it. Because you believe the doctor, you're more likely to get it. Now they have to tell you the truth. They have to tell you for, liability reasons what you could have, right? But a placebo would say, no, it's a sugar pill and I'm going to cure it, right? Same is true in your behaviors. So if you meet somebody, right, we're talking relationships, and let's say it's a placebo, you like them, you believe that they have your best interests at heart, right? You believe you can trust them. That relationship is different than if you came into it and you think all people are criminals, liars, cheats, right? You come into a relationship differently because of your beliefs. So there are both placebos and nocebos in your beliefs. And they absolutely affect every facet of your life, whether it's your relationships, your career, right, your health, even your finances. And these beliefs affect your happiness set points. How happy are you? So it's a well-known fact that unhappy people can win the lottery and within just a few months. They are as unhappy, even though they have millions more than they were before they won the lottery. They go back to their happiness set point. You also know of people, right, happy people, confident people, who have life-altering accidents. Maybe they become paraplegics. And within several months, right, after their recovery, they will also return to their happiness set point. They will have a positive outlook on life still, even after a tragedy such as becoming a paraplegic. We know of these people. So Henry Ford said, and I use this quote so many times, whether you believe you can or you believe you can't, you are right. It is absolutely the belief, whether you can or you can't. And both are right. You will make them true. You will make them fit the belief. So you can choose the placebo, right? And placebos have a bad name, but they're absolutely fantastic, right? The body heals itself with no drug side effects, right? No surgery. I would choose that. Or you can choose a nocebo, right? The worst case scenario. If it's too good to be true, then it's not true, right? Or I'm unlucky, or nothing good happens to people like us, or all men are cheaters, or all women are cheaters, right? Whatever you believe will be true for you. So I want you to think that you can choose a life of fear, or you can choose to live a life of love. If you choose to believe that you live in a dark world of fear, all aspects of your life will reflect those beliefs. Or instead you can choose, right, that the world is basically good. And you can choose to live a life of love, and the love starts with you. So I want to make sure that you guys can hear me and see me, right, since I had a little technical glitch earlier. So if you'll hit the like button, that would be great. So Gandhi said, your beliefs become your thoughts, which is true. Thank you. Your thoughts become your words, which is how we interact with others. Your words become your actions, both with others and life. Thank you. Thank you all. Your words become your actions, and then your actions become your habits. Your habits will eventually become your values, and your values will become your destiny. So earlier I asked all of you to think about the different Facebook posts that you find funny, the ones that you share. And now I want you to think about this. Your beliefs become your thoughts. Your thoughts become your words become your actions. So let's say, for instance, that, and I don't judge any of the Facebook posts, just so you know. If it touches you, it touches you. But now I want you to think about it differently. So there was a Facebook post, and I won't get it right, that you can't trust a liar, right? Because a liar doesn't even know they're lying, or whatever that is. So let's say that you found that to be true because it's happened to you. Well, guess what? Your belief is that people are liars. Maybe not all, right? But you will come at any relationship, especially if it's brand new, with that belief, right? The belief was planted there because it happened to you. But that doesn't mean that everybody is that way. But you will paint most people with a wide brush. Other snarky ones, right? They are funny. I want you to know there's some humor there. But what you find funny and what you find true is the key for you to go in and say, ooh, that's part of my belief. And I want you to know it's either love or fear. And if it's fear-based, right, if it's not love-based, if it's fear-based, that's part of your limiting self-beliefs. That's part of your negative self-beliefs. So, again, I'm not telling you not to post, right, not to share, especially if you find it funny. But if you really want to do this work, take a moment and figure out why that touched you so much, why you truly believe it to be true. And then take it deeper. What is the limiting, negative self-belief that triggers, that makes you believe that that's true? Okay? All right. So when we change the way we perceive the world, right, that is when we change our beliefs, we actively change how we experience the world. One of my favorite writers is Wayne Dyer, and he said, when you change how you look at things, the things you look at change. He also said to see the very best in people, and you would see the very best in people, meaning that if you cut them some slack and you didn't paint them with a wide brush of, they're a cheater, a liar, or whatever, a bad person, then you would absolutely start to see the good in them. If you focused on the good in them, you would see more of the good in them. This is true. So again, to change our beliefs, the deep-held ones, right, will actively change how we experience the world. So I'll go back to when I felt that I wasn't wanted. I could not have somebody else fill that void within me. Right? The feeling of not wanted is an actual hole, a void in me. I had to want me. Nobody else could want me enough to fill that void. Mark loves me very much, and my children are wonderful and love me very much. I have a wide family and circle of friends. They couldn't want me enough in order for me to feel it, right? Just like somebody who doesn't feel they're loved. Nobody else can love them enough for them to ever feel loved. Same thing with appreciated. We talked about being appreciated last week. We have to fill ourselves with that very quality that we're seeking. I had to believe I was worthy. Nobody else could tell me that I was worthy. Nobody could give me enough promotions, right? Enough accolades for me to feel worthy. Nobody could tell me enough that I was loved and wanted. Even though I'm weird and quirky, and we all know I am, and I'm okay with that, I always felt outside. No matter how they made it appear to be an asset, I couldn't see it as that. I had to change the beliefs within. You all know that I've been on a health journey for the last year, and I had to overcome my dislike of myself in order to work hard enough, right? And it's hard work to lose weight. And as you all know, I've lost 60 pounds and have more to go. That was a monumental task. It required that I love myself, that I feel worthy. And here's the kicker. I needed to want me. I needed to want to live and stay on the planet in order for me to make that change. This is true in your health. This is true in your relationships, your career, and your finances, and your happiness set point. All right, so speaking of happiness set point, we all want happiness. We want happiness and fulfillment, right? We're here to experience life. We want fulfillment in our health, our relationships, our career, and our finances. So there's an amazing writer and speaker. His name is Shawn Achor. He was on Oprah Winfrey's Soul Sessions, Sunday Soul. And he wrote a book called The Happiness Advantage. And I highly recommend it for all of you. It's the 7 principles of positive psychology that fuel success and performance at work. And he emphasizes that we have been culturally programmed, right? So, little kids. He emphasizes that we have been culturally programmed to believe that if we reach our goals, when we get into Harvard, when we lose 20 pounds, when we get a high-paying job, when we meet Mr. or Ms. Right, and that's one that I added because we're on relationships, right? Then we'll be happy. But the formula is absolutely backwards. Happiness fuels success, not the other way around. Happiness fuels success, whether that's in your relationships, right? Your health, your finances, your career. So success doesn't bring happiness. Happiness brings success. The fact is supported by a wealth of research in psychology and neuroscience. And again, somebody who is unhappy before they win the lottery is generally unhappy after they win the lottery. Someone who is happy and confident and loves life, even after something tragic happens, will return back to who they really are, which is a happy, successful, confident person. So the fact that the subconscious brain, right, controls our happiness set point, it controls our life experiences. And our happiness set point is generally planted when we're young, right? Are your parents happy? Were they successful? Did they support you? And to change our results, we need to focus on reprogramming that subconscious rather than shifting our conscious belief, right? These are okay. We really do know what we want. We want a fulfilling relationship. We want a fulfilling career. We want financial abundance. We want health, right? That's not where we change it. We need to change it down here. The other thing is most of us know how to get that. I absolutely knew how to eat well. I absolutely knew how to exercise. That wasn't the problem. It wasn't more knowledge here. It was a change here, right? I changed here. I want you to know that I changed here. And my relationships all got better, all of them. I changed here, and then I changed a career. And my career is fulfilling. Not that the first one wasn't good. It was. It was a wonderful company. Human resources. Many people choose that field. That wasn't the problem. See, that's an absolute example of the job can't make you happy. It was a great job. I'm sure that whoever's doing it now loves it. I had to change. Right? I had to change in order to find what would make me happy. Right? I had to be happy. And then I found, right, what makes me happy. And I bring myself to the table. You bring yourself to every facet of your life, right? You are the common denominator. If you're not getting what you want out of life, you are the common denominator, right? Change your beliefs. Change them, and you'll see the change in your outer world, your outer life. All right, so be happy first, right? This is what we want. Be happy first. It'll help make you healthier, right? We know that happy chemicals are the healthy chemicals. We know that the chemicals of worry bring on illness, right? Again, choose fear or love. So I want to kind of tell you how we're programmed, right, at an early age. And remember, children believe everything, and it does not have to make sense. They absolutely believe that a tooth fairy comes and takes their tooth and leaves them $1. They absolutely believe that a fat man in a red suit comes down a chimney, even if they don't have one, and visits every child on the planet and gives them a gift, right? So before the age of 6 to 11, it's different, we're all different, our brains will operate in a theta wave level where they're highly suggestible. So if you do meditation and you can get into the theta wave level, right, you can create positive change in your life. If you go into hypnosis, it's around the theta wave level, and that's why you can make changes in the subconscious, right? In this brainwave pattern, children download incredible volumes of information. We all say they're like a sponge. Well, they need to be, because they need to carefully observe their parents and their environment and download all of that information instead of learning it, bit by bit by bit. So they absolutely just absorb it. They don't analyze it. They soak it all in. So they observe their environment and they download the wisdom offered by their parents, right? That's why what a parent believes is passed on. That's why legacies of families are passed on. It goes directly into their subconscious. It bypasses the prefrontal cortex and goes directly in, right? Santa Claus doesn't make sense here, but he does here, right? So as a result, their parents' behavior and their beliefs become their own. Couple that with the influence of their other caregivers and influential people in their life. Siblings, right? We talked about siblings. I was the bully, right? I don't know what that downloaded in Heidi. Only she would know, right? So given the precision of this behavior recording system, imagine the consequences of hearing your parents say that you're stupid, right? What kind of negative belief does that create? I'm not capable. I'm stupid. I'm not smart enough. You don't deserve those things. You're a bad child, right? Imagine what happens, right? The whole Santa Claus thing. If you're not good, Santa Claus isn't going to bring you something. Well, guess what? What happens if it actually became true and they didn't get what they wanted? They write a letter to Santa Claus, or they ask Santa Claus. Parents don't know. They get them something else. Doesn't have to make sense. It can happen. And does, right? It happens all the time. Parents that say you'll never amount to anything. Now, I want you to know that we don't blame. Again, I talked about blame. It's a never-ending cycle. It'll never move you forward. It'll get you stuck exactly where you are. You can stay in blame, but you'll never change and move forward, because then you're putting the responsibility of your life onto somebody else. All parents make mistakes. You can be too loving, right? Too supportive. You can do everything for your children, which will also create issues, right? We are people. We're humans. We will come into these negative beliefs somehow. It's part of the human experience. And that's absolutely true. It's part of the human experience. Somewhere we will have those beliefs planted. It does not matter, right? So as parents, let yourselves off the hook. The more you are aware, right, the more positive things you can plant in your own children. If your children are already grown like mine, I'm trying really hard now, right, to help them see that they have the ability to create the lives that they want to. And they don't have to be 50 like I was when I first started this journey, right? You could do it younger and younger. So if you have children, think about the things that you say and do. No matter what, even if you are 90% aware, right, you can't be perfect, something, right, your children will have some negative beliefs. They will be more empowered and more capable if they have more positive beliefs than negative, right? So if you are very supportive, if you help them to believe that they can achieve anything that they want to, then they will have those beliefs that will be their overriding beliefs. So they haven't evolved enough, right? Again, it's part of the survival mechanism. They haven't evolved enough to analyze that and to understand that sometimes parents just fly off the handle and say something they don't mean, right? They just don't have that ability. So it all goes in as a truth. Now, it doesn't all go in, right? We're all unique. I feel that we come here with a contract, a soul contract, and those things are exactly part of our destiny, right? And so once we become aware, then we can reprogram that. We can take responsibility. We can do it through love, and we can create the life that we really want. Now, by the time the child reaches adolescence, their subconscious minds are chock full of all the information that ranges from the knowledge of how to walk to the knowledge that they'll never amount to anything, right? Or if they're fostered by loving parents, that they can do anything they want to. That's by the time they reach adolescence. And that's also when the parents aren't as much of an influence. They're still an influence, but nothing like they were before age 11, right? And even peers then, right? Our peers become, right, authority figures. So if we're not cool, right, no matter if we are or not, we'll believe it. If we're not part of the group, right, then we will go through life thinking that we're somehow unworthy or not wanted or not good enough. If we really want to be good in basketball, but we just don't have the physical ability and 5 other people do, right, even though that is absolutely okay, right, doesn't make the person a bad person. That person could come out with negative beliefs, right? So anything that is traumatic, peer pressure, repetition, authority figures, right, or in an altered state, children are in theta, right, then that subconscious mind can be programmed. But that's also how you reprogram it. All right, so these 2 minds are truly a phenomenal mechanism. I want you to know that. When we get them both on board, right? When we are aware of what's inside us, right? So it's not up to your spouse or your boss to make your life good. It's fully up to you, right? To change your happiness set point and to start to live in a life of love, right? It'll change all of the outer experiences that you have. So the conscious mind, right, is the self, the voice of your thoughts. So your conscious mind is your I. Can have great visions and plans for the future, right? And we can focus our consciousness on happy thoughts all we want to. But the subconscious mind is who runs the show. And it's the way that it's programmed. So the behaviors managed by your subconscious mind, when we're not paying attention, again, if we get them on board and we're aware, right, we can change these programs. They become the fundamental behavioral programs that were downloaded without question from observing other people, our parents mostly. So the learned behaviors and beliefs acquired from other people parents, peers, and teachers may not support the goals or desires of our conscious mind, right? I want a happy, fulfilling relationship, right? I want to meet a man or a woman, right, who treats me well, who respects me, who supports me in my, pursuit of these things that I want to do. But let's say that what you saw growing up were broken relationships. You imagine them, right? If what you saw were the broken ones, and you never saw one that worked, what are you going to base your relationships on? You're going to base them on the broken ones, even though you want the fulfilling one. And that's why, right, you all know people, and it may be you, who can never meet anybody good, right? You always get the bad ones. You always get the wrong ones for you, right? These would be trends that you have. Well, guess what? You could go into, let's say it's a singles club, and you want a nice guy, right? I'm a girl, so we'll go there. You want a nice guy, right? Someone who treats you really, really well. But your belief is, right, and you saw it growing up, that women are disrespected, right? Maybe abused verbally, emotionally, physically, right? Men always leave, they just come and go. And then you go into the singles club and there really is a nice guy there. Let's say he has, a three-piece suit on, nice guy. Could be good looking, right? Your eyes, from the filter of your subconscious, your ears, what you hear, and your feelings will absolutely not see this guy, will not be interested in this guy, because there is a knowing that he won't treat you the way you believe you should be treated. Not how you want to be treated, how you believe you should be treated, right? So let's say you don't respect yourself. If you meet a respectful guy, he's just not going to light your fire, right? But if you meet a guy who's a bad guy, right, who's the bad boy, the ruffian, the rebel, right, that's the one that you'll be attracted to. You'll want to change him, because if you do get together, you'll want him to respect you, but he won't, right? And the same is true with him. Here's the thing about relationships. All the gunk that you're bringing in, right, your negative beliefs, they have them too, right? So you attract each other, and you have a volatile relationship, just like your parents. That's how we continually, right, create the same patterns. And you teach it to your children, and they'll teach it to theirs. Well, guess what? You can break the pattern. You can break the pattern by being aware and doing it differently, reprogramming this and doing it differently. So that's what I want to work on tonight. So, most of us engage in battles in our conscious mind, what we want in life, and our subconscious mind, what we're programmed to believe that we can achieve. So witness your ability, right, to continually seek out jobs or relationships that you fail at, right? Or remain in jobs or relationships that you absolutely hate because you don't deserve a better life. That would be a negative, self-limiting belief. It's not true. Absolutely isn't true. But because you believe it to be true, it limits you. That's a self-limiting belief. All right. So we're working on the case of relationships, and that's what we're going to focus on. And so for the next 10 weeks now, and then a follow-up, right? We'll do a closing one on the 13th week. We will really work with that triangle, right? The drama triangle. Because those are the roles and the scripts that you play in your relationships. But we will also work with your subconscious, limiting negative beliefs. The goal will be to raise your happiness set point, your abundance set point, your love set point, right? So that you can live a life at a higher level. That's the goal. So your conscious mind wants relationships that make you happy, that treat you well, that take good care of your needs, that provide, right? Friendship or love, right? And that's in all aspects. That's your family, that's your love partners, that's your work. And even when you're out in public, right? Let's say you are at the grocery store. You know, you want good experiences, and that's what our conscious mind wants. So we need to get our subconscious mind on board. So, if you're ready, I'd like to do a guided relaxation. And what I would like you to do is now imagine someone that you're having issues with. And when you have that person in mind, right, I want you to close your eyes if you're able. And take a deep breath in. I want you to take a deep breath in all the way to a count of 3. Hold for a moment. And exhale to a count of 4. And when you're ready, I want you to do it again. Take a deep breath in to a count of 3. Hold for a moment, and this time when you exhale, just let go of all thoughts and the feelings you have for this person. We'll work with this in just a moment, but for now, just let all your thoughts clear. And again, another deep breath in, a really cleansing breath. Take a deep breath in, and when you exhale, just let all your thoughts clear. Let it be a cleansing breath. Good. I want you to imagine a beautiful beam of light shining down on you from above. This light is warm, this light is loving, this light is healing and divine. And it shines down on you from above, and it washes over you. Like the waves in the ocean, it washes over you. And this light brings peace and comfort and relaxation. Good. I had a little glitch there. This light brings peace and comfort and relaxation. And it washes over you from the top of your head all the way down into the muscles of your face and down into your neck, all the way into your shoulders, your arms, your hands and your fingers. And this light washes over you, this loving, healing, divine light just washes over you, bringing peace and comfort and relaxation. And the light washes down into your chest and your abdomen. And the muscles of your chest and abdomen relax. And breathing is easier. Breathing is easier as the light washes over you. And the light washes down through the muscles of your back, the muscles of your back that carry you throughout the day. And the light brings peace and comfort and relaxation into all that you are. And it continues washing over you like waves in the ocean, just washing over you. Moving down into your legs, into your knees, your calf muscles, your ankles, your feet and your toes. Wave after wave of beautiful, loving and healing divine light washing over you, filling you with peace and comfort and relaxation. Now take a deep breath in, fully relaxed, just soaking in this beautiful, loving, healing divine light. And imagine this person that you're having issues with. And imagine that forgiveness and love, compassion, kindness fill the air. It fills the air between you, this person, and you. And as you look through this beautiful color, this feeling of compassion and kindness, forgiveness, care, love, as you look through it, they look softer. And it's almost as if you can look deep into their heart, deep into their psyche, and you can see that they have negative beliefs about themselves. They have limiting beliefs also. And you may know what those are if you know this person well, or you may not. But you know that they have them as well. And as you continue to look through compassion and love and kindness, you relax your feelings a little bit too. And you imagine that maybe, just maybe, as you look at them differently, and you put between you the energy, the light, the loving, healing, divine light between you, that maybe they see you differently as well. And when you see them differently, you behave differently. And maybe you're a little kinder, a little less judgmental. Maybe you let a few things slide off your back that used to bother you. And when you do this, even if they don't know what's going on, they will change as well. And you know that the only person you control is you. And you do control how you react and how you respond to this person. And you commit to yourself to maintain self-respect, self-value when dealing with this person, but you will show a little more kindness, a little more compassion. And you'll work with the response of the other person, because you'll never know what it is until it happens. But because you love you, you respect you, you value you, you will respond and react from this place, your own self-love, your own self-value, your own self-respect. It will be from this place that you react and respond, not from your wounded place, which only makes the situation worse. So you commit now to react and respond from a place of self-care, self-love, value, respect, and appreciation. Now I want you to draw in this for yourself: compassion, kindness, respect, love. Fill yourself with these wonderful emotions. Self-value, self-respect, self-appreciation, self-love. Fill yourself again with love and compassion and kindness, gentleness. Right? You want to live a life of love. You want to turn away from a life of fear. And you commit to focusing more on a life of love, focusing more on placebos, and you turn away from a life of fear and nocebos. You plant a seed. You plant a seed deep within you. And you do this now. Now send this person away. Send them into the light. Wish them well. Send them into the light. And once they are gone, take a deep breath in. Deep, deep breath in, filling your lungs, filling your chest and abdomen. A cleansing breath, and then exhale fully. And one more time, deep breath in. Really fill up your lungs, a deep cleansing breath. And when you exhale, exhale fully. And in a moment, I'll count from 1 up to 5. And as I do so, you bring yourself up and out of relaxation. 1, slowly, calmly, easily, and gently returning to your full awareness once again. 2, every muscle, nerve, and fiber in your body feels good. You feel wonderfully good. 3, taking a deep breath in, feeling kinder, gentler, more compassionate towards yourself and others. 4, still seeing the light, feeling the light all around you as you bring yourself up and out of relaxation. Completely alert and aware, ready to continue with the activities of your evening. And 5, eyes open, take a deep breath in, stretch and smile, and feel that commitment, the commitment to living a life of more love, less fear, more placebos, less nocebos. And understand that truly what is in your subconscious affects every facet of your life, be it your relationships, your health, your finances, your career, all of it, your happiness level. So together, let's reach, right? Let's reach higher. Let's set that happiness set point much, much higher so that you can live the life you really want. And like I said before, making the changes here will absolutely affect every facet of your life for the better, right? So knowing who you are and what you bring to your table will make a change. So I was asked earlier about the author. His name is Shawn Achor, Achor. You can see him on, he gave many TED Talks. He was on Oprah Winfrey Super Soul Sunday, and he is also on YouTube, and it's called The Happiness Advantage, and he's a happiness psychology coach, and so he is one of the pioneers in positive psychology. So I wish you well, wish you love, light, and wonder. Remember, life should be full of it, wonderful experiences, so add some wonder to your life. And I hope to see you next Monday where we'll go even deeper. And again, watch those Facebook posts. I'd love to hear from you if they give you a little insight as to how you see the world, because that would be an easy place to change. Love you all. Bye-bye.